tap dance as hard as you can for all of the little scraps of white supremacy, but they will never pick you because they don't like you and they don't want you here.
Still come back to me. So I think what you should do, again, I think you should watch your lip, because you're going to keep tripping. Now, I don't mean to go this low and deep, but I didn't ask you to do this to women. If you had an issue with women, what you should have did was you should have addressed the woman that you were referring to. Don't address all us as a whole, because when you address us as a whole, then I need you to understand that all bets are off. All bets are off.
Because you're all loud, you're ratchet, you're nasty, you help.
And I'm glad that you said we're loud. I'm glad that you said that. I mean, coming from a set of people that always drink Corona, and they don't get it by the 1 or 2 bottles, they get it by the 45 pack. Speaking aloud. Are you kidding me? I've had Mexican neighbors that was so damn loud until the police came and couldn't stay. Okay, so we're going to talk about nasty. You're coming from a country that you ran from. There's multiple reasons why you ran from your country. Number one, you ran from your country because you didn't have a voice to be loud. So you had to keep quiet. Not understanding why you came over here and got a big mouth. Number two, over in your country, nasty. You're very nasty too, but you learned how to get clean because once you came over here, the only jobs that really were available was like in the maid service, maid department, janitorial. And next of all, speaking of men that don't want somebody's ass, do you know honestly how many of your men crave black women? Because they get the same thing from you women. You're so used to having a silent tongue, you're not a challenge anymore. They can just get it and take it if they want to. See, sometimes it ain't fun just taking it. Sometimes the thrill is making her give it to you. You didn't have that. So then you come over here with your tongue. You come over here having to be clean. And you come over here and you're also clean because you're so happy to finally get over to our country and even have something. See, before you didn't have anything. Everything you had over there, you had to fight and beat a man up in order to keep it or even get it. Child, let me go on.
Destroy the family, you help destroy.
Girl, your family been destroyed. That's why you ran over here and left half of them back home. You caught any fish tail to get over here. You jumped on the back of the fish's fin. You brought your ass over here, and then every time we look around, we got to have WhatsApp for you. We got to have Telegram for you. We got to start making sure that we have cards for you to call back home because you left all your family over there, and then you ran your ass over here. And what you did when you ran over here, you needed all our free support in order to start checking back in over there. Let's not talk about breaking up families. Did you break up a family to be able to come over here and talk to me like this? Because you left your whole country where you had a whole voice over there, and you should have stayed over there and had your own services and stuff. Then you wouldn't have had to worry about no black women because you know ain't none of us over there really anyway. That's why you coming over here with this dick trap of yours because you're not sure who you want to talk to. This girl making me get out of character.
Your children? Oh, and these white women? Oh, they're raising white supremacists?
Are the white women raising white supremacists? They are. What they doing? What happened? So the white women are raising white supremacists? I wonder if that's something new. I don't know. What'd you say, Trouble? Is new? Trouble say that ain't nothing new. What are you bringing that up for? Okay.
Bitch, at least they're raising their fucking kids.
Well, at least we know where our kids at. You jumped on the back of a dolphin's fin and made your way over here and left your whole family over there. So you still need me as a black woman to help you maneuver back and call and check on your family. What are you talking about? How many videos or people do I hear? Oh, they walk over here to the United States, then they get over here from, and then all of a sudden their country is the best country, and they never would have left their country, and their country got this and their country got that, but they did anything, including sacrifice themselves to get here. And then you get over here, and then you go to talking about this and talk about that. But when you sacrifice to get over here, how many of your family members did you leave behind? Speaking of breaking up families. How many of your family members did you leave behind in order to be over here in my country that gave you 52, 53, or 54 states? You know, they keep adding Alaska and Hawaii and all that stuff on. Somebody tell me how many states we got. I don't care. I mean, speaking of a broken family, which one do you want me to give you? I'm so tired of eating this woman up because she's not a challenge for me now that I think about it. It's like she's talking like an idiot. She's an idiot. I'm going to just start calling people idiots. How about that? Idiot.
What are you bitches doing?
We're doing a lot because you have a lot to say about us. What do you mean? What are we doing? We need to ask you, what are we doing? I mean, you got on here with a 15-minute rant about us, and you're going to ask me, what are we doing? You have to be kidding me. What are you doing? You're not respectful. Man, you better stop. Learn how to stop. Don't bite the hand that feeds you.
Oh, that's right. You turned them out into the street.
Did she just say turning somebody out in the streets? Lord, I don't want to hit on that one because that'd be a crime if I start talking about stuff like that. We turning our kids out in the streets. See, what people don't understand when you say stuff like that, that things like that is a domino effect, especially when it comes to women. And not just women, it hits home a lot when it comes to black women. But what you're not understanding is this. There's a lot that black women had to fight for. There's a lot that black women went through. You got those out there that have to express it the way they live in the everyday life. And then you got those like me, just living to make it better. And if I can't be better by anybody else, I'm going to be better by me. And I don't know where it came from that we turn our kids out in the streets. When you look at a lot of the missing reports and the women that's been trafficked and stuff like that, the majority of it doesn't come from black women. See, that's when you get on here and you start saying things with what you don't understand. You can also be opening up wounds to other people that may have closed those wounds or may have been hurting. See, because you say something like that to me, then we got to really go back to the statistics. So when you say we turn our kids out, what do you mean by that? Because then I'm going to have to elaborate to you how your kids get turned out and how you didn't have enough to put food on the table, so you had to sell them out. Please don't go there.
That's right. You go to the nearest abortion clinic, which is in every...
And that's okay. If we go to the nearest abortion clinic, it's better than going to the nearest pimp.
Neighborhood that you can possibly find, and you abort your babies. So, bitch, you want to talk about somebody putting the chains down? Maybe you should.
And if we keep our chains down, we'll be okay. But that's why we ask you to go back to your country so you can keep the chains off of you. Instead of coming over here worried about our chains, you should be trying to build your own country. Why you so emphatic about the United States and your city and your county and your town and your street and your car and your tortillas and your hamburger meat and your lettuce and your tomatoes and your cheese? And what y'all use salsa and sour cream? Because I've been over to Mexico quite a few times, and sometimes I have to say, y'all don't have no sour cream? I mean, for real, who gives a person a taco without sour cream? I mean, y'all well known for tacos. If you know y'all well known, the only thing you do is taco and chicken and Goya rice. Where the sour cream at? Anyway, girl, what else you got to say?
Hey, since we're overlooking the history of things to fight a common goal, let's go ahead and join with the Ku Klux Klan.
Listen here, Susie Maria. I don't know how much clearer I could be. Do you think the KKK gonna have a field day with just me? Do you really believe in your heart of hearts that the Ku Klux Klan is gonna have a field day with just me? Do you not understand how pivotal of a role that you would be playing? Do you really not understand that? What's wrong? The reason why you're not one of the well-hated ones is because you're not from here. They're not used to seeing you. You're not from here, dear. They wouldn't even understand what you're saying. You would really have to learn pure English. You need to learn pure English so that you can possibly get away with not being in the same boat that the KKK gonna put me in, maybe? Don't do that. This is straight ignorance.
I mean, if they're willing to fight against what's going on, we welcome you.
But I have a problem with that. I don't know what type of benefit that you would be to them. I don't think you would be a benefit to the KKK because there's not enough of you. Can you tell us maybe where the underground tunnel at that house you? Because it's not really that many of you that's here legally. That's the problem. So how would they find you? You're going to have to release more information than that. That's not enough information for them to work with you. You're not a person that's findable like I am. It don't matter what street you go on, you're going to see one of me. It doesn't matter what city you go in, one of me. It don't matter what county you in, you still going to see one of me. What happened? If you leave the state, you're still going to see one of me. See, we're everywhere to be seen and found. How can they find you? Can you please leave that in the description in the comments? How can the KKK find you to work with you? What good would you be with the KKK? What's your additional hand? It's not enough of you around. Now, if you guys are going to finally come out the woodwork so we can realize why our prices are jacked up so high, then maybe we'll get somewhere.
We welcome you, and we will not look at your past and the things that you've done to...
Where are you going to welcome them at? There's no town or city for you. You live on the street. See, you're putting yourself out there as someone who's accessible. You're not even an asset. There's nothing that the KKK will be able to do with you. They wouldn't even be able to find you. That's almost like going to 15 car lots in your city. And how many of those car lots do you think is going to have a Bentley? Duh. You're more obsolete than the norm. Matter of fact, you're not just under black women. You're under us. Because there's a couple levels that's before you. You're the 5th world country, not just 3rd. Why would you not be in your own country talking like this? You should be fighting the power over there where you from. Don't be over here fighting the power when you don't even know. How do you spell your city? Don't go to looking at your driver license again.
People of other colors, because we have a common goal now. We can overlook all of that. And we can...
You have a common goal, and you can overlook all of that. The goal and the common look over that is never going to take place. Why? Because we wouldn't even know where to find you at. So you would definitely be overlooked. But there's nothing about them that they care about you overlooking.
Join hands, and we can join.
Bye.
Only thing I'm allowed to...
This is it. So right here is where it actually started at.
And we can join the good fight. What do you say, skinheads? Will you join us?
And this is why we have POCs and black people. Now be very mindful when it comes to this. Now, Mrs. Turtle, after doing a deep dive on you and your content, I've learned 2 things. The American dream has your little Honduran mind in a chokehold. And Anderson County ain't as big as you might think it is.
Garbage.
Now, I told you in your comments that you had made a very, very big life mistake and that some lessons are learned the hard way. I meant that. I also told you that I was going to ensure that you got the visibility and attention you so desperately want.
On this is someone voodoo lady, baby. I I don't know how I felt about that. Like posting stuff and going after a person on their page and leaving comments and leaving messages and stuff. To be honest with you, even though this lady, for a lot of people, it will rattle their tail fanny, it didn't rattle me like that. Even though I'm going in on her, but it still don't rattle me like that, because I found a way to just find peace within myself. So I see so many different comments from the ladies, so many different comments from, oh my gosh, from the black men. They can be atrocious. One girl sent me a comment one day and told me, oh, you need to change your nail color. I get what she was saying, so I just sent my Cash App to her. Caramel, what color? I mean, when you act ignorant and you do immature, childish things like that, then those are the responses that you get, or you actually get none. I'm not understanding why anyone would be harassed, or why do you have to keep going back and forth with someone on a post? That's something I'm not going to do. I'm totally against it. My channel is for me. Whoever come to my channel and whoever listen to what I have to say, that's one thing. But for me to start poking the pig and going after someone and going back and forth and stuff like that, that's something that I don't plan on doing. If you decide to leave comments here, and this is my platform, then I'll do that. But I have no business gearing over to her platform, going back and forth and just, just going on a tyrant like this. This right here is a little bit out of my league. I just wanted to, I added this in because this is not something that I condone. I don't condone any kind of harassment. I don't condone anything when it comes to stuff like that. Now, if you're coming for me personally and you're on my page and you won't stop and you're getting borderline, harassing and stuff like that, that's something totally different. But going back and forth and getting that mad because she have her opinion of how she see black women. Let's finish watching. I know you wanted to see it. I really didn't want you to, but basically the voodoo is saying, unfortunately for you, blocking my other page won't change what's about to happen. Next time, keep it demure. Keep it cutesy. I don't agree with all of this. I don't go that far in it. I say what I have to say
From
about
being
it.
banned from stepping foot into your son's school and nearly arrested.
So I received a phone call from my son's Anderson County telling me that I am not allowed, that they got with their lawyers, and I am not allowed to set foot in the school unless it's supervised. And that the only thing I'm allowed to do is drop my son off and pick him up. So that's what I'm...
Okay, so this is the part where I got twisted, because I tell you all the time, I'll come for you, but it's other things that's off limit. This is where I'm kind of mixed. The lady from the previous clip that I just showed you, the voodoo baby, I guess she was going back and forth with this lady on the things that this lady said. From everything that this lady actually was putting out there with the Ku Klux Klan and black women this and black women that, and you're on a social media platform. I guess the lady found out where she's at, found out what school her son go to, found out all these particular things, and actually sent all of these messages to the school of where the son go, because she have a son. And so the school banned her. So the only thing that she's allowed to do is pick her kid up from school and drop her kid back off at home. Pick him up and drop him off. I apologize. Do I think that went a little too far? Yes. Do I think that went a little too far? No. The reason why I'm saying that it went a little too far is because she have the right to her opinions on social media. If she have a problem with black women, then guess what? She have a problem with black women. If you start seeing that whatever her problem is with black women, if you start seeing that through her son at school, then that's a whole nother conversation. But if her son is going to school and he's not exhibiting that type of behavior, then why would you interfere with that part of it? Now, the flip side to it for me is, when you're looking at it in multiple lenses, the flip side to it is you got a problem with black people. You have such a bad issue with black people until you're willing to team up with the Ku Klux Klan in order to bring black women or people down. When you make those type of accusations and you go to insinuating things like that, it puts you in a whole different class. This just wasn't a matter of, I don't like black women, they get on my nerves, they this, they that, they the other. No, you went even too far. When I heard you say about the KKK, right there, that shut the door. It shut the door, and it takes the conversation to a whole nother. That's almost like a threat. So it's not a threat. Actually it is like a threat, because we all know what KKK is, who they are, what they stand for, and they don't like people like you and I. Even though I've heard that they have friends with some black people. Maybe it's the other ones ain't they friends. I don't know, but I don't want to come in contact with them. Period. Because my life is important to me, but it might not be important to them, and it may not be as important to a police department to find me. At the end of the day, when you went down that road, that's what started that particular war. Do I think people should be back and forth on your page threatening you and this, that, and the other? No, I don't. But you went too far in your conversations. Y'all tell me how y'all feel about it. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I see it on both sides.
I do every day is drop him off and pick him up. This morning, that bitch had 2 cops and an aide waiting for me.
To being banished to the garage to watch Fox News all day.
Did y'all hear?
Yes, sir.
Did y'all hear?
And they deserve to be remembered.
So, Olympic Committee considers using redesigned American flag.
To being shunned by friends and family. To your own indigenous ancestors turning their back on you and pushing you into psychosis. Have you not learned enough lessons the hard way?
Do y'all think that was a lesson to be taught that hard? Do you think this was right to do? Do you think that it went too far? You know, who do you think went too far? This woman, the woman saying it and making all these accusations and insinuating that she'll this and she want to team up with that particular group that she know is a hate group? Or do you think she was wrong for taking it to the next level? I'm going to have to side with Queen right here, because she went too far. She went too far. If you have something to say, you said, but when you start making those type of threats, and you got a kid that's going to a public school that's, I'm sure, mixed, because girl, you ain't got no money for private school now. Now stop that. Stop acting like you got private school money. If you do, you own a grant. But who went too far? Or did both of them go too far? Let's get back to the story.
I would like to remind you that no matter where you go, there you are. And you could never outrun your own blood.
I came from another country when I was 5. I didn't take advantage the way that I should have, because...
So if you came from another country when you was 5, you didn't take advantage of a lot of stuff. How you just automatically got this hatred for black women? Now you want to admit you done effed your life up too, and there's things that you didn't do that you should have done. So how could you be on here with the pot kettle, calling the kettle black? Black women is black women that, black women is black women that, black, and you around here messing up too. What, you think you cleaner than us? What, you think you did it better than us? Or you didn't do it as bad as we did it? I mean, what's for real here? People get on here and they go to spewing stuff out, and they forgetting that when you look in the mirror, you're no different than me. I don't want to hear nothing about, oh, but I did it this way. No, damn it, you did it. You still did it. Now she want to get on here. Now she want to admit how she's been here since she was 5. You've been here long enough. Were you one of the ones climbing that wall on January the 6th?
I had my own head up my own ass.
And you still got it up your own ass. And you look like you still ain't bring it out yet. You don't need no toilet tissue because your head still stuck up there. You're licking your own ass by doing stupid, dumb stuff like this. You don't think there's ramifications when you act like this on social media? Social media is a big giant these days. Getting on here talking about your hatred for a certain race like that, and not even us showing us homage for you even being here. You're in a minority league up under us. You're not equal to me. But you feel like you are. You're getting more of the housing benefits than anybody. And the fact that you're not from here is what make it look worse. And the fact that there's a lot of people fitting for you to be here. You know how many of us got mad about putting up a damn wall for you not to come here? But if you're going to come over here in our country acting like this, then I don't want you to come here either. Or you're going to come over here and not play your part in it, but then you got the nerve to just be in my country on borrowed time, pointing the finger at a whole nother race. When you should have been in your own country building them up. And making sure everything that you get over here in the United States, start fighting for that equalism over there in Mexico and Honduras. Stop coming over here into my first world country and then trying to take a seat at the round table. And you know you just came from a fifth world.
I'm very proud of becoming a citizen of this country.
If you were that proud to become a citizen of this country, then why would you be on here with this racist rant? When you're proud to be in someone else's country, you keep your tongue to yourself. Because I don't get to go over to your country whether y'all like Trump or not. There's some things that he say that make sense. You get to come over here and you take over so many different things. And then we have a government that actually back you in your bad behavior. We got a government that back you with taking all the public assistance. We got a government that back you because you don't go out there and get you a job. Don't go to writing me about no Trump. Who y'all voting for anyway? Wait, Trump or Kamala? Tell me. Who do y'all think this war right here belong to? Is this a Trump issue right here? Where he's right because there's a lot of immigrants that's coming over? Or is this a Kamala Harris issue right here? Where let them all in. And if they come over here running a trap like this one right here, they can still stay. Because they're still benefiting somehow or another. Who do you think should be there? If we're going to allow people to come into our country, should they be as disrespectful and mouthy? Or should they be able to come here, finally get a seat at the table and say what they want to say to us. And meanwhile, they have no voice back over in their own country. I don't know. I know y'all gonna eat me up about this one, debate. I can't listen. Y'all tell me who I should vote for. Y'all want me to vote for Trump? I'll vote for Trump. Y'all want me to vote for Kamala? I'll vote for Kamala. Who do you want me to vote for? But with this mouth right here, I might vote for Trump. Okay?
And many of us understand what you mean, even the natural born ones in this country. But you see, there's many Americans.
But you're not natural born and you got a voice. We're giving you a voice over here and you're not natural born. Where did you get a voice from over here? How many tables how many podiums and microphones will I see you walk up to if I go to your country with you? Other than going to the backwoods of where your mama and daddy live at. Will you take me somewhere reputable where you got a voice as a woman where you're from? I'm confused. Help me out and the rest of my fellow Americans, please. Please.
In this country that don't understand how good they have it.
Boom, girl, dummy. You don't understand how good you have it. Look at me, eyes. You don't understand how good you have it. You got it so good till trouble just left. And you don't even understand how you got the silver spoon really handed to you. Don't act like you get over here and a lot of these Mexican and Honduras women over here, don't act like y'all don't have a house full of babies. The only reason why you guys are keeping your house full of babies while you're over here is because you know you don't want to run back to your own country with them. You know you don't want to get in trouble and have to be sent back to your own country. So that's why you live in a house and you tolerate and you deal with a lot of things because your voice would never be as strong as mine as a black woman. That's the point that you're missing. You don't understand how good you have it. And you have it that good because of black women like me. Black women like other black women that you're on social media bashing.
No paperwork or American citizenship that you are so proud of will ever change the fact that you are not one of them. and they wouldn't spit on you if you were on fire.
And that's what you're not getting again. Not saying that you need to be beat to a pulp because you have your own opinion, but it is a such thing as you're crossing the line, and you're not giving us the respect that you should, because you're coming over here. I don't know if you've seen a lot of this in black women, or you've seen a lot of this from certain people. I don't know what it was, or you're just talking because of something you heard. I'm not sure how you came up with it. Have you been around black people that don't have nothing, and where all we do is go have abortions?
If somebody came into your comments and told you who I was,
that's all they can do. Hateful, nasty people. Sunflower. Agreed. I also got a text from another lady telling how dangerous that woman is. I was going to reply to her, but she took her comment off. I guess the voodoo lady likes to go after folks. Now, mind you, this is the voodoo lady as well. I don't know. I think, I'm not going to be back and forth on people pages. And, you know, it does depend on the extent of whatever the situation is. Like her talking about the Ku Klux Klan and your children going to school with other black kids and other minority kids and stuff like that, and you trying to insinuate that you're recommending that the Ku Klux Klan come in on this. Nah, but
I hope you believed them. Well, now we're gonna see.
I need something explained to me because I'm not understanding this. I've been banned from this account because I called this racist bitch a racist.
No, you weren't banned from this account, dummy, because you called her a racist idiot. You were banned from the account because you're talking about teaming up with the Ku Klux Klan against black people. Let's be very clear. Let's be very clear. You came on here acting like you was Becky with the good hair. And then you had to be reminded that you're not Becky with the good hair. You're 15 feet up under me. At the end of the day, and you don't sit on the same level in the same platform. So you're banned from that account because you're literally sitting on here. Oh, Ku Klux Klan, come. We don't care what you did. We don't care about your past. We won't do a background check. We welcome you. That's why you were banned from your account. Let's say the truth. It's not that you called her racist. You know how many white people or Mexican people or thoughts call somebody racist or black or something like that? That's not why you were banned. So now that you have your excuse, let's use it properly. You were banned because you went too far. You weren't even banned because even if you didn't clarify exactly which white black women you're talking about, technically I know you're not talking about me. However, you went too far trying to introduce the Ku Klux Klan. And you know you went too far. So now it's time for accountability again.
Bitch, and she's black, so I guess I can't do that.
So because she black, you can't do it. So have you recommended any kind of black hate groups to team up to come after someone like you or someone that's Caucasian? You don't think they will get banned too? Those are within the guidelines of the platform. So it's not just because she's black. You know how many videos out there of white people saying they don't like black people and black people saying they don't like white people? There's thousands and thousands of them out there. So no, that's not why you were banned.
So, you mean to tell me, now that BLM has been chewed up and spit out by the White House, now that the White House got exactly what they wanted when they were giving those motherfuckers...
Are you still saying the same thing, girl? I thought you was about to say something different. Now, I'm not going to go ahead and defend and go all back and forth in the same thing that we've already heard you say already. I thought you had a little bit more common sense than to continuously repeat yourself like this. And then another thing that I want you to understand and please realize, to come to be a lady like this, you got to start practicing a certain type of integrity. Just because you're on social media and you're upset and you're mad using this type of profane language, it's not becoming of you, because it's definitely not becoming in my ears. It's something that I had to work on too, and I did that. I decided July 17th of 2022 that I no longer wanted to use that type of language because it didn't make me a lady. I already get the attention, so why should I have to spew stuff like that out of my tongue? And maybe if you practice something like that, and then when you're going to go online and social media and stuff like that, clean yourself up. I mean, stop coming on social media having people half-ass look at you, because then I really can't take you serious. You notice how I look? You always come to the round table with a fight, but you need to be dressed right. So if you're going to come over here and you're going to act ignorant and you're going to try to bring this class down, you need to do it in a more classy way. Now, had you came over here with your little hair in some sort of do-up, or even had a little collar on your shirt, I probably would have went in on you a little worse than what I did. But because I seen that you really weren't compatible, I did take a little bit of a break on you. And then I didn't want to be too insulting, because it's not just you, it's others too. They're already going to say I insulted them. I apologize.
Free reign to burn and loot and
Girl,
attack
I thought
our
you was
city.
done. Okay, keep it up right there.
And now many of you are willing to jump on board because now supposedly we have a common enemy? No, I don't fucking think so. I need for you to give me a very good argument as to why you would join ranks with them. Because
they'll join ranks with us because you're non-existent. That's why other people are drawing ranks with us. You're non-existence at the end of the day, whether you believe it or not. Girl, you need to learn. You need to learn. You got a lot to be taught. And I don't think you understand why you got a voice to even speak in. You think it's all about the white woman got you here?
right this moment, right now, to give it an inch and think about one of those motherfuckers and standing with them, because some of them have woken up and they actually want to fix what is happening, what they helped make.
See how ridiculous you sound? Even though I understand what you're saying, you sound ridiculous because you will never carry that type of weight. No one is going to go with you. First of all, it's not even that you don't have enough quantity to go with you. You're not of that type of quality. You're not of that type of quality to have a voice. I mean, where are you going to have a voice at? In the back of the farm? That's not that big of an audience. Even though you can do what you want to do in any type of audience form or format, you're not going to ever get that.
But many of them are willing to stand with us patriots to make it better because they regret their vote. But BLM and Antifa, they don't regret anything.
How do you know what we regret and don't regret? That's the problem I'm having. You act like you can't stand black people. You can't stand black women. You hate black children. You just have this itch for black people. How do you know what we do and don't do? How do you know? You don't have enough quantity for no one to follow you. You would have to go back to Mexico. Then you would have to track back over here with all your family members. And then y'all gonna have to speak up as a whole collective in order for anybody to hear your voice. You're not on that type of platform yet. You don't even have nobody going for you now. You done got banned from a whole channel. You're banned now. And I'm wondering, did anybody else know that you had this much hate and racist in you? Again, you got to be careful. The new modern day racists don't come with whips and chains anymore. They come dressed just like this. A peanut brain. They come dressed and looking just like a bird brain. And you would have never known she was that racist.
They just need money. And they're losing support.
And you needed money too. That's why you ran over here, girl. You ran over here because you needed $1. And see how $1 made you holler? You came over here and made $1 or $2, and now you won't stop talking.
White House got what they wanted from them.
No, what's happening is the White House right now is in trouble because of you all. I don't think you're understanding what Trump wants. But maybe you'll help him get that. because you probably see it's enough of you already over here and you don't want anybody else to join. I don't know.
BLM put out. The White House took it. Now they don't need them no more. And now,
folks, please don't be like this. Y'all see how bored and uninterested I was? Y'all know I normally get her to pieces. I got her a little bit, but she wasn't even worth the conversation. I'm kind of twisted on this one. But who are y'all going to vote for anyway? Y'all going for Trump or y'all going for Harris? I know y'all don't want to talk about these politics because, ooh, that's about to be a juicy subject. Wait till this next video drop.
maybe you should.
Not a self-hating, dark brown-skinned woman spewing racist fallacies in broken English. That's gotta be a joke. Something that you really need to understand is that the only reason that you were able to immigrate here to the United States is because of the Immigration and Nationality Act of 1965, which was part of the civil rights movement fought by the Black community. So just remember that Black women made it possible for you to flee to another country that Black women made safer, because you are too much of a coward to go back to your own country and make your country safer for you and others. Because it's easier to come to the US and fight for your life just to be a lapdog for people who are building a wall for you and plan to deport you back over that wall to your shithole country because you're poisoning the blood of our nation. You